Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Friday, September 5th, 2025. I am Fredicia Liebert. The Nevis Tourism Authority hosted a cultural and community engagement at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley, who attended the event as Minister of Tourism, said the evening highlighted the historical and cultural ties between Nevis and the Vineyard's African American community.
I was joined by Diversity Ambassador Candy Carter and island stakeholders, and we represented Nevis' position in the island as a destination for luxury, authenticity, and heritage. It is important. Martha's Vineyard, of course, is a hot spot of wealthy individuals in America, and this engagement proved very, very important for us. I want to publicly thank Bill and Terry Borden. They made their villa available to Nevis to host the event, and it was a beautiful event. In fact, just this morning, I got a call indicating that those in Martha's Vineyard are still talking about this extraordinary event that we had there. And so I want to say thank you. So I also want to thank the Four Seasons. They gave away 2 trips to the Four Seasons, and that was very, very well received. Premier
Brantley was accompanied by his wife, Sharon Brantley, Fayan Jones, the NTA's Director of Sales and Marketing, and Shalicia Glassford, the NTA's Director of VIP and MICE Services, whom Premier Brantley said did an excellent job representing Nevis.
Following that event, we had a press release that was picked up by 138 outlets, potential reach of 14.5 million and 7,000 direct views, demonstrating strong international traction. That visit got excellent coverage in Martha's Vineyard Times, She Knows, Forbes, Essence, MV Times, New York City influencer, actress and radio, voiceover and TV host Ravel Davis also covered. I should say that for those who are enamored with celebrities, that we had Damon Williams at the event, we had Lynn Whitfield, well-known black actress at the event, and we had the host of The View, Sonny Hostin, who was also at the event. And so we say thank you to them for coming.
Premier and Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Mark Brantley. The Ministry of Education will make an announcement of the Caribbean Examinations Council (CXC) final results for Nevis after the deadline for examination queries and reviews. That is according to Permanent Secretary Zanella Claxton.
The preliminary results were released on August 15th, and that just means that we don't have the final results yet. Okay. The schools have their broadsheets, and we have what we call the preliminary results, not the official results from CXC. The local registrar will send us the official results, but it's going to happen after the review process. So currently there are some students who may have perhaps failed a subject when they felt that they didn't fail that subject, then they want to query it, or some students who felt that they should have gotten a higher grade, they want to query it. So those processes are ongoing and should end. The deadline is September 12th for that, and then following when those have been cleared up, then the local registrar will send us the the actual results. So we haven't gotten the actual results yet.
Claxton says based on the preliminary results, there is a fair number of passes as well as areas for improvement.
We celebrate with the students who are able to do well, who are able to pass. Math is still a concern for me. I'm seeing some other concerns rising, and we spoke about some of those areas that we have gaps in teaching. We're seeing the similar gaps in the grades. So I would love to see better grades in subjects like geography and some of the social sciences, get more students into history. Like you often talk about literature. That's one of the big ones for me, but most students don't want to sit that subject. So looking at the subjects, I think that the students who wrote the exams did well. I want to say that some of the students wrote exams previously, so we were not seeing, in some instances, large number of subjects being sat by one student, because some of the students may have written the exam last year or the year before. So we had students writing like 5 subjects, but they already have 5.
Okay.
So when you finish, they're going to have 10.
Yes.
But it might look on this year's returns that, okay, the number of subjects sat or the number of subjects passed is low. But it's not that, because those students can then go on to the next level with what they have.
Meantime, the Ministry of Education continues to recruit teachers for a number of subjects.
We have some high needs areas that we're not getting a large number of teachers in. The age-old issue of the sciences, your chemistries and your physics, and we struggle with that. This year, I think we actually got 2 new chemistry teachers in who came back from university. I want to thank them for doing that, because lots of times when you have students who are studying the sciences, they end up remaining overseas.
Yes.
So we have those challenges, and then we're seeing a new one emerging, Scarborough. We're struggling sometimes in secondary English, history, geography. So the social sciences are taking a hit, and the modern languages are taking a hit. And when we're looking at the enrollment in the classes, the enrollment is low. So you're seeing, for example, 3 to 5 students at the high school level in some of these classes, which means by the time they get to 6th form, sometimes you're seeing 1 to 2 students. And a lot of these students may go down different paths because they have different aspirations. Teaching might not be their aspiration, but we encourage them, if they have to take a gap year or 2 before going to college, to still invest and in other children who might be interested in those program areas. So we have some gap areas that we would love to see filled, and we are trying to figure out how we can build capacity internally. Of course, we can always do an external call for teachers across the region, but we want to see how much we can do internally before we do external calls.
Okay.
Claxton and Principal Assistant Secretary Jamia Claxton were the guests on the August 28th edition of Government at Work with host Keith Scarborough. Still to come, 75th anniversary of the Charlestown Secondary School will see the return of the Miss CSS pageant. The details after this break.
I am Kevin Barrett, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Human Resources in the Nevis Island Administration. I am grateful to the architects of the Nevis International Financial Services industry. This industry has created significant opportunities for our people to develop skills and competencies that allow them to efficiently and effectively deal with our international clients. We are proud of the great strides that our island has made in banking, insurance, trust services, and regulatory administration. We now look forward to our thought leaders of the next generation who are pursuing qualifications in this very vital industry on Nevis.
Welcome back. The celebration of the 75th anniversary of the Charlestown Secondary School will see the return of the Miss CSS pageant, slated for October 18th, 2025, at the NIDAC's Cultural Complex, beginning at 8 p.m. On Friday, September 5th, the 4 contestants were revealed to the school.
Celebrating 75 years of excellence, honoring the past, inspiring the future, filled with the roar of the alumni and a spirit ready to shine, I am your contestant number 1, Shani Flynn, sponsored by Islander Water Sports in this year's staging of the Miss CSS Talented Teen Pageant. I am a fierce believer in the power of education, the beauty of creativity, and the strength of a confident smile.
The energy is high, and we're right on track. The prestigious Miss CSS pageant is back. I am 15 years old, Kalia Powell, your proud contestant number 2, generously sponsored by the Nelson Spring Water. I am guaranteed to bring a pure and refreshing set of performances to the pageant stage.
Lions, lions,
Let me hear you roar. Greetings, Lions. Leading the pack is your prideful queen, Kejana Hill, ambassador number 3, in this year's grand return of the Miss Charlestown Secondary School pageant. As I am lionessly championed by Paradise Sun Charters, your one-stop adventure partner.
Perfectly poised with beauty, intelligence, and talent is your esteemed contestant number 4, Miss Inter-Island Transportation Services, Malikwa Peets. This is your formal invitation to the Miss CSS pageant, slated for October 18, 2025 at the NEDAX Cultural Complex. Remember, it's contestant number 4 for sure.
Yes! Let us put our hands together.
Early bird tickets can be purchased at the school. The cost for adults is $25, high schoolers pay $15, and children pay $10. The following is a notice from the Environmental Health Services Division. The Environmental Health Services Division is hosting a food handlers clinic on Wednesday, September 10th at the Pond Hill Community Center and on Thursday, September 11th at the Jessops Community Center beginning at 9 a.m. The clinics are for food handlers with expired IDs and potential food handlers who have applied for an ID. For more information, call 469-5521, extension 6630 or 6631. The following is a notice from the Premier's Ministry in the Nevis Island Administration. The Nevis Island Administration cordially invites the general public to witness the ceremonial parade and awards ceremony to commemorate the 42nd anniversary of the independence of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. The parade will be held at the El Cemido T. Willett Park on Friday, September 19th at 6 p.m. All groups and clubs who are interested in participating in the ceremonial parade to mark the 42nd anniversary of the independence of St. Christopher and Nevis are asked to be present and punctual for practice sessions at the El Cemido T. Willett Park at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, September 10th, Monday, September 15th, and Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.